Aloha, everyone. Dr. Heather Tucker here with another episode of Wisdom Wednesdays. I hope you're having a good week so far, and I hope that you're looking forward to getting into this. So, the question I have for you: are you struggling in maybe this limbo between being the victim of what's going on and trying to get to that part of where you're the victor, right? You're victorious in the mess. I talk about the mess. There's a message in the mess, okay? There's a message in the mess. And a lot of times the bigger your calling is, the more stuff that you may have gone through. So just know that you don't have to have a great past to have a great future. You can recreate yourself each and every day. And I want to be able to share with you the difference between the victim versus the victor, and also the three F's that actually go within those categories. So let me go ahead and share my screen and we can get this rocking and rolling. All right, so first let's take a look. Hold on, I'm getting it. There we go. First, let's take a look at the victim, okay? The victim, and again, this has a lot to do with mindset, and notice the emotions and everything that is going through. So just as a caveat, right? Dr. Heather has been the victim, right? And I'm now victorious. And you can be both the work in progress and the masterpiece at the same time. So there can be a big range in between these. So check this out. The victim has been abused, suffered loss, rejected, mistreated, incarcerated, disapproved of, disappointed, suffered illness, injured, mistaken. And then they can feel helpless, alone, afraid, trapped, hopeless, vulnerable, angry, depressed, unacceptable, like a failure, and becomes self-protective, insecure, defensive, guarded, low self-esteem, closed-minded, controlling, manipulative, self-destructive, and harmful to others, and needs pain reliefs like drugs, alcohol, violence, abuse, defies authority, sexual addictions, isolates, blames others, and blames God, and suicidal and murderer, maybe. Okay, so yes, some of these may be extreme, but this is kind of like the whole gamut of what's possible. And I remember feeling some of these things, right? So I want to let you know that you have the ability, especially if you may felt like you've been a victim to maybe places or people or things. You have the ability to be able to create your healing in your own hands. So therefore, you can be everything that you've been called to be, do everything that you've been called to do, and have everything that you've been called to have in your life. And if some of you who are looking at this video are like, oh my gosh, I feel these things, have no fear. Dr. Heather is here. This is why you want to plug in, go to our website, get on our emailing list. Let's have a discovery and clarity call to be able to support you in breaking free from these things. So now let's look at the victor. So the victor has gone through the very same things that the victim has: abused, suffered loss, rejected, mistreated, incarcerated, disapproved of, disappointed, suffered illness, injured, and mistaken. And what happens in this case, the victor will ask for help, seek healthy relationships, be teachable, plan ahead, be hopeful, take healthy risks, talk it out, persevere under trial, desires healing, and admits their mistakes, right? And then they can become able to set healthy boundaries. They can feel secure, open to new ideas, a willingness to learn, able to like themselves, trusting, a friend, employable, repentant, and they face or cope with pain, becomes comfortable with pain and their emotions, accepts other people's views, becomes honest, seeks education, is accountable, free from addiction, enjoys other people, accepts responsibilities, and also, most importantly, finds God and forgives. Okay, so why did I talk about this? Okay, now I was just on an awesome summit speaking to over 12, almost 1,200 women, and for Women's International Women's Day. And it was called Voices of Women, right? Summit. And it was really awesome. And one of the things that I had shared with them is how when I used to look in the mirror, let me take this off for a minute so y'all can see y'all clearly. When I used to look in the mirror years ago, I hated everything that I saw. And now I look in the mirror and I love everything that I see. How is that possible? From going from the victim mentality where everything is happening to me, why me, right? To the victorious mentality where everything is happening for me and how I can be able to see the messes in the mess and create that peace in the midst of chaos. So I know if I can do it, you can do it too. And so I want to share with you 3 F's on each side of this equation. On the victim side, there's great fear, there's lots of frustration, there's a lot of failures, right? These fears, frustration, and failures, these are one of the things that prevent us transitioning to the next side. Because on the victorious side, which is all possible for every single person on this world, I don't care what you've done, anything, doesn't matter, right? You can break free. There's faith, there's fruit, the fruit of the Spirit. Oh my gosh, awesome. And the ability to be able to cultivate the fruit of the Spirit, the love, the joy, the patience, the forgiveness, the self control, the discipline, the kindness, all of that. So there, and then on the other side is freedom. Freedom. Now, what is the difference between the victim and the victor? Mostly, of course, they've gone through the same things. What the key difference is what they tell themselves in their mind, is their mindset. And when we change and shift our mindset and are able to better communicate with ourselves and other people, it's much easier. See, the peace from above, yes, it comes like a flood to those who earnestly seek it. And what happens is the peace within can automatically manifest the peace with others. That has to be filtered through our mind, right? Our mental and emotional well being. And a lot of times, I don't know about you, but we grow up where we can't really focus on our feelings. We are not really taught to express ourselves. We weren't maybe taught how to have healthy boundaries, right? And those who may have gone through trauma, that just adds on to the chaos. I'm here to tell you that you are amazing and priceless, worth far more than rubies in itself. God's masterpiece. And now it's time for you to be able to fully receive it, to know it, to own it, and to step in and unleash your greatness with ease. Let your light shine, because your test is your testimony. And what test have you gone through that you can be able to support somebody else with? See, a lot of times the tests and trials that we go through aren't necessarily as much for us as they are for other people. So you got this. And if you're like, Dr. Heather, I don't know if I have it or not. Okay, awesome. Go to our website, anotherlevelliving.com, get connected, get on our email list, schedule your clarity call, and let us support you on this journey to becoming totally victorious, totally powerful, and totally amazing, tapping into everything that you already are. All right. I look forward to seeing you next week on Wisdom Wednesdays. I hope you have an amazing, amazing week. Let us know what you like in this video. What was your biggest takeaway? Because I'm always down to hear that. All right. I'll see you next week. Peace.